What's good, y'all? Back for a quick video. And I know, and y'all ain't see my beautiful face this time. It's okay. Y'all get a chance next time. Just doing a quick little video before work. We got the science file, iceberg of existential horror theories. So we'll be sure how this goes. If it's good, react to more shit like this. I'll put the link in the description for this nigga. And let's get started. Also, how y'all doing today? Doing okay. Just gotta make sure.
Hello, mortals. From gigantic ancient entities sleeping under the ocean to prophecies about the end of everything present in every culture, the human mind has always been obsessed with existentially dreadful thoughts.
That's very
Be it
true.
a biological byproduct of the animalistic human brain, or a creative feature of the first of its kind characteristic of living beings known as consciousness.
Hold on.
It is
I'm
an
gonna need to
integral
put
part
some-
of the human experience.
There we go.
Luckily for us, the universe has no shortage of existential theories to keep you up at night, ranging from the consequences of a potentially eternal cyclic universe to the questionable continuity of consciousness.
Okay.
I've gathered some of the more frightening ones, so let's rank them down an iceberg chart by their
Let's see what
abilities
you
to
got
cause an
for us,
existential
man.
crisis.
One of the most existential crises I've had when I was a kid was just some random ass big ass meteor just hurtling through and just destroyed Earth. I don't know why I thought that so much. I was like, damn, what if a big ass rock just came down and then poof, it was all gone. That's the one thing I was scared of the most. Especially when 2012 hit, niggas thought the world was gonna end. Fooled me. I woke up at school the next day. I was pissed off.
Thanks to private internet access for
W
sponsoring
ad, fuck off.
Day.
Okay. Simulation. Oh, I've heard of that one.
Everything
I've heard of
goes
that
on
one.
as normal up until one day, a cat falls through the texture, and the underlying fabric of the simulation is revealed. We
That is
all heard this one
crazy.
1,000 times before. If every civilization passes one point of technological advancement, they could try simulating a downsized version of the universe for the purpose of analyzing cosmological and biological evolution, or doing it just for the
Nasty.
lols. Given that there is only one original universe, in which thousands or perhaps billions of simulations are run, even recursively, the chances of us being part of one are very, very high. We might never know, or maybe one day we will reach the end of pi, revealing the accuracy of floating point numbers of the simulator hardware.
Okay.
That would be an awkward day for human mathematics.
Strange matter catastrophe. Also, quick about the simulation. I don't know about that one because it's like, oh, everything you worked for, it was all bullshit. It didn't matter. It was a simulation. I don't know. I'd rather have something else be a catastrophe. Strange matter. What is this about?
The concept of strange matter refers to
I
a
saw that Doctor
hypothetical
Strange
form of
shit,
matter
nigga.
made up of up, down, and strange quarks, which is predicted to be more stable than normal matter. This matter could exist in the form of incredibly dense objects known as strange stars or strangelets, or inside the core of neutron stars. The strange matter catastrophe is a hypothetical scenario where normal matter is converted into strange matter in an uncontrolled manner, which could lead to the destruction of the entire Earth or even the entire universe.
I guess?
Matter
I
is
don't
converted
know.
into strange matter through a process called strange quark nuggets, when a small piece of strange matter called a strangelet collides with normal matter. This process could be triggered by
Just turn
various
that
events
shit
such as the
inverted.
collision of strange stars, the collision of cosmic rays with the Earth's atmosphere, or the collision of high-energy particles and particle accelerators. Thankfully, the concept remains hypothetical for now, but it only takes one unfortunate instance to be proven wrong.
Rocco's basilisk. There you go. I'm smart. I'm in college. I can spell. Okay.
This thought experiment posits that in the future, when humans eventually bring a superintelligent AI into existence, its power will allow
Oh,
it to
nigga,
control
when
the
did you get
world
3
and determine the
eyes?
fate of humanity. The idea is that if this AI is not benevolent, it might have a desire to punish those who did not help bring it into existence.
Low key
That's-
though, for like robot shit. We've all seen a robot movie, but it's like I gotta get what he's saying. You see a robot, and then he's obeying the command of humans, and that nigga just like, man, fuck y'all. I'm tired of this shit. I'm technically smarter than all y'all. Fuck, I gotta listen to y'all for.
It's not only limited to those who opposed it,
Oh, shit.
but also to those who knew about its potential but did not care to work towards bringing it into existence, essentially an act of disrespect for the almighty AI. And now that I have made you familiar with the concept, you are on the Basilisk's future list. You can subscribe and like, and I'll put in a good word for you, unless you want to chop all the basil in the world for eternity.
Neuroscience of free will.
What exactly are you? A human, most likely. But are you the body? Or rather the brain? Perhaps they're interlinked and it's impossible to consider them independently. Yet regardless, you are most likely what they call the consciousness generated by the brain. Be it from some purely biological processes, some quantum mechanical tomfoolery, or just an unexpected side effect of the evolution of the cerebral cortex, consciousness seems to be an emergent property of the brain. And here's where it gets interesting. Several neuroscientific studies that measured the activity of neurons found that neurotransmitters firing rates ramp up just before a decision is consciously made. Essentially, before you consciously make a decision, the brain has already done that for you, giving you an illusion of you being in control.
I see.
This
That's
leaves
crazy.
you as purely an observer trapped inside your body, with the illusion of having free will. At least that illusion is pretty convincing, so you might as well not think about it. But are you tired of feeling like your online choices are being controlled by outside forces? With today's sponsor,
This
you can
nigga
take back
here,
control of
bro.
your internet experience and exercise your right to free will.
No, skip. You goofy. I'm not watching this
Premieres
ad.
before they show up in your time zone. Private internet access also.
Oh my god.
It allows you to protect up to 10 devices at the 7 discount months completely for free. Hurry up. And now back to our existential theories.
Continuity. Holy shit. Continuity. Continuity. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold CONTIN. Continuity. This is terrible.
Continuity.
I knew that shit. Shut up. I knew that shit. Continuity of consciousness.
Remember how free will was potentially a very intricate illusion of the brain? That's not where the terrors of consciousness end. The brain generating the consciousness, which we determined to be you, can be thought of as a computer generating its virtual environment from its hardware components.
Interesting.
And you know what happens when you restart the computer. The virtual environment ceases to exist for a bit and is then generated again. Similarly, when you're fully unconscious, as during general anesthesia, your consciousness ceases to exist temporarily, during which you are gone. But thankfully, when your brain turns back on, you're pulled out of the void of darkness back into reality.
That's actually kind of scary. Right? No cap.
This is bordering philosophy.
Cause the same niggas when they're out of anesthesia. I'm tired. I'm tired, y'all. I got work soon. I've been at school all day. But it was cases where some people, like, you know, they stay. Oh, they can't move, but they stay awake during the whole surgery, and they can feel everything. Some shit like that. Hella horror stories.
But it depends on how you define you.
When the anesthesia
if you are the
don't
current
work.
Instance of your consciousness, if it's gone, you're gone. When the brain turns it back on, a new instance will appear. As long as the brain structure didn't change much, the consciousness will be nearly identical to the previous one, but it will be a different instance due to the break of continuity. The new you will have all the memories prior to you going unconscious, and thus no reason to believe that it wasn't the same consciousness experiencing reality ever since your birth.
Damn.
That's the same argument as to why teleportation or mind uploading would be a bit problematic. So whatever you do, don't break the continuity of your consciousness.
I'll try.
Thankfully, it seems that you don't go fully unconscious when you sleep, so you can rest assured at night. Not much that you can do with this information, but this video is about existential terrors for a reason.
False vacuum decay.
So remember how strange matter would convert anything it comes in contact with. Vacuum decay is a similar scenario but on steroids.
Okay.
The idea refers to the hypothetical possibility that the vacuum state of our universe, which we think is at its lowest energy state, could transition to an even lower energy state if we are wrong. This transition, also known as a false vacuum decay, could result in a catastrophic release of energy in the form of an ever-growing bubble at the speed of light, converting everything it touches to a lower energy field, destroying matter in the process. The transition to the true vacuum state could be triggered by quantum fluctuations, and the release of energy
First of all, where you niggas be coming up with these theories, bro?
Enough to destroy our universe or at least make it very likely uninhabitable. And given its expansion at the speed of light, we would never see it come.
Yeah, that's true. The eternal recurrence. I'm gonna stop, okay? I swear.
Given enough time, everything that can happen will happen. This is the mathematical truth that is at the basis of eternal.
So you're saying I will eventually get some bitches, bro? You're saying it will happen? I put my faith in you.
Given any non-zero probability for any event and endless time, every such event will happen an infinite amount of times. So the question is, do we have an infinite amount of time?
Nope.
There was most definitely a beginning, the Big Bang. What was before? We don't yet know. A fairly popular theory is that of the recurrent universe. Scientists predict that the fate of the universe is to die of a heat death that is cooling down and expanding into nothingness over a very, very, very long period of time, until almost nothing remains. And with astronomically small odds, which most importantly are non-zero, a new Big Bang will eventually be triggered by random quantum fluctuations, a possible origin of our own universe. If this is true,
listen, I'm letting y'all know right now, I don't know what the fuck is he talking about. I like space, but like this shit right here, I'm lost.
Possible origin of our own universe. If this is true, here are the implications. There has been and there will be an infinite number of universes. An infinite amount of them will be an exact replica of this current one, and an infinite amount of them will be different. Your current life will, and has been relived forever, and so will your wildest dreams and worst nightmares. But if we go by our prior definition of consciousness, it will be a different instance living each life, so you might get to rest inside the void in the meantime.
Interesting. Okay. Boltzmann brain.
Following right up on the previous idea, given infinite time, it is much more likely that in the void of space, quantum fluctuations would give rise to a pseudobrain with an exact neural structure that would store all of your memories and experiences, than that it would give rise to an entire universe. It's pure probability, similarly to how the odds of a single real English word showing up when one shakes a box of Scrabble letters are greater than the odds that a whole English sentence or paragraph will form. Such an idea is called a Boltzmann brain. Because of it having a non-zero probability of happening, it seems to be more likely that you are just a floating brain in the void hallucinating reality. In that case, you can at least credit yourself for coming up with every philosophical quote in the world, including that one by Descartes, that proves that you at the very least exist, even if only a floating piece of jelly in an ocean of infinite darkness.
Quantum immortality. Is that the last one? Yeah, seems like it.
So remember how potentially everything has happened and will happen forever. Let's add an entire new dimension of infinity to the equation using quantum physics. For the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, each time that a wave function collapses, such as the superposition of an electron orbiting an atom, for every possible outcome, reality splits, so that all outcomes actually happen, just in parallel universes. That means that each instance, for every atom in the universe, reality splits trillions of times. Essentially every possible path for the universe to evolve happens in a parallel reality. In some you got bored and clicked away from this video a minute ago. In others a gamma ray jet hit Earth's atmosphere and fried everything
That's
a
crazy.
second ago. So with this out of the way, quantum immortality. If there is a bomb with a 50% chance of exploding each second next to you, following the many worlds interpretation, the universe would split each second into one of you surviving and the other one of you exploding, and so for each passing second. With this in mind, there will only be one path in which you survive, and given it's the only one, your consciousness will transfer itself down that line.
Okay,
So from your perspective,
okay.
you'd just be standing by the bomb wondering why it never explodes, without realizing that in millions of parallel worlds you are already dead. As long as you have a chance for survival, your consciousness
that's
will
all that
exist
matter.
in that universe, and from that perspective, you'll be immortal. I have an entire video on this topic if you're curious.
No, I won't watch
But
it.
now
at
let's
least for
continue
now.
to the one truly disturbing existential realization. The one that soon you'll have to go back to work or school. Sorry. Sucks being human.
Bum ass nigga, shut up. Cause he's right. I do have to go to work, so I gotta end the video now. But just some slight. I ain't been uploading in a minute, but school been beating my ass. But I'll see y'all later. Peace.